Hey, so good to see you. It's been so long. It's me, Verge, yours truly, coming at you from my sweet Tortigue. Maybe one of the last videos that I send to you in her as I'm in the process of getting ready to transition her to her next adventure and steward of that adventure. Also, look at this amazing field of wildflowers I found. If anyone knows what kind of flowers these are, please comment. It's so good to see you, and I hope that you like my new hat, just given to me literally right now from my friend Maurice, who I just met at an amazing place in Chattanooga, literally called The Spot. Not only did he give me this hat, he also just so happened to have had a napkin on which, now this is a great example of synchronicity, folks, so pay attention, on which all he had written was bookmaking, check. And I say that that's a great synchronicity because yes, I am still working on The Wild Way Home. No, I have not finished it. No, I have not given up. The Wild Way Home, for those of you who haven't been on the journey, being the story of my travels in Tortigra during 2021 and 2022, when me, Tortigue, my van, and my two pups, Peter and Roslyn, who now live with me in Chattanooga, Tennessee, traveled all over the US and deeply within ourselves in a saga of coming to know that home is indeed something that we find in ourselves no matter where we go. So yes, I'm in the process of writing the Wild Way Home. Well, editing and formatting The Wild Way Home. I've had a pretty miraculous show of support come from some dear ones who are going to invest in me having the time to be able to finish this book. Because I've been working, y'all. I've been working and integrating in this community. I was doing horse carriage rides for a while. That didn't work out for the long term. However, it was great to be around horses. Then I was a barista at a local coffee shop and got super tied in with a lot of folks in beautiful, intricately communal ways. And now I have been working for one of the composting companies here in town. And that has allowed me to drive a tractor a lot and to be out and about all over town. Chattanooga has a bunch of different enclaves, you might call them, and I've gotten to know the spirit of this town by driving around, picking up and dropping off 5-gallon buckets, taking food waste and organic matter, and instead of putting it into a landfill, turning it back into compost, turning it back into soil, which helps plants grow. So that has been meaningful, and I've been working and connecting with people so much, I have not gotten as deeply into my book as I would like to, and yet now it seems like the time, as I'm having this support come through that's going to give me some financial space-time ability to really be able to delve deep into The Wild Way Home. And so it was pretty cool to meet my new friend Maurice and him have just written this in regards to something totally different. However, he gave this to me along with this hat, which, just so you know, I've been looking for a hat like this for, well, since time immemorial, really, and I'm pretty stoked on it. So, speaking of time, what books am I reading right now? A Wrinkle in Time. Any fans out there? One of my favorite childhood stories, and my best friend in elementary school, Maria Miller, and I used to always kithe to each other, practice kithing, which is essentially communicating with our minds. So just before this, I finished The Magician's Nephew by C.S. Lewis. I've been integrating some magical children's literature, as those are also types of stories that I would like to write. What are some of your favorite magical children's books or series, or young adults? And then, this is my cousin's book, Let It Be Known, and it was a birthday present from one of our dear, dear friends, Women Who Run with the Wolves, by Clarissa, Pinkola, Estés. Who's read this one? Phenomenal integration of psychology, anthropology, mythology, super feminine animalistic, wildish power. So that has been fantastic. Let's actually let's do a bit of divination, a bit of trusting that everything in every moment resonates with everything else, and just open to a quote random, aka meaningful page, and see what's here. What would like to be part of this video? Okay, this is it. This is not what I expected, and yet we're gonna see where it goes. Once upon a time, there was Coyote Dick, and he was both the smartest and the dumbest creature you could ever hope to meet. He was always hungry for something, and always playing tricks on people to get what he wanted, and any other time he was always sleeping. Well, one day while Coyote Dick was sleeping, his penis got really bored and decided to leave Coyote and have an adventure on its own. So, the penis disattached itself from Coyote Dick and ran down the road. Actually, it hopped down the road, having just one leg and all. So it hopped, and it was having a good time, and it hopped off the road and out into the woods where, oh no, it hopped right into a grove of stinging nettles. Ouch, it cried. Ow, 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 it screeched. Help, help. The sound of all this crying woke Coyote Dick, and when he reached down to start his heart with the accustomed crank, it was gone. Coyote Dick ran down the road, holding himself between the legs, and finally came upon his penis in the worst trouble you can imagine. Gently, Coyote Dick lifted his adventurous penis out of the nettles, patted him and soothed him down, and put him back where he belonged. Old Red laughed like a maniac, coughing fit, eyes bulging and all, and that is the story of old Coyote Dick. Willow Dean admonished him. You forgot to tell her the ending. What ending? I already told her the ending, grumped Old Red. You forgot to tell her the real ending of the story, you old tank of gas. Well, if you remember it so well, you tell her. The doorbell rang and he rose up from his creaky chair. Willow Dean looked at me straight and her eyes sparkled. The end of the story is the moral. At that moment, Babu took hold of Willow Dean, for she began to giggle and then guffaw, and finally belly laughed so long, and with tears even, that it took her 2 minutes to say the last two sentences, what with repeating each word 2 or 3 times between gasps. The moral is that those nettles, even once Coyote Dick got out of them, made his cock itch like crazy forever after. And that's why men are always sliding up to women, wanting to rub up against them with that I'm so itchy look in their eyes. You know, that universal cock has been itching ever since the first time it ever ran away. I don't know what it was about it that struck me, but we sat there in our kitchen, shrieking and pounding the table till we had practically lost all muscle control. Afterward, the sensation reminded me of just having eaten a big bite of good horseradish. This is truly the kind of story I think Babu told. Her repertoire includes anything that makes women laugh like that, unrestrained, not caring about showing your tonsils, letting your belly hang out, letting your breasts shake. There is something about a sexual laugh that is different from a laugh about more tame things. A sexual laugh seems to reach both far and deep into the psyche, shaking all manner of things loose, playing upon our bones and making a delightful feeling course through the body. It is a form of wildish pleasure that belongs in every woman's psychic repertoire. The sacred and the sensual/sexual live very near one another in the psyche, for they are brought to attention through a sense of wonder, not from intellectualizing, but through experiencing something through the physical pathways of the body, something that for the moment or forever, whether it is a kiss, a vision, a belly laugh, or whatever, changes us, shakes us out, takes us to the pinnacle, smooths out our lines, gives us a dance step, a whistle, a true burst of life. In the sacred, the obscene, the sexual, there is always a wild laugh waiting, a short passage of silent laughter or crone nasty laughter, or the wheeze that is a laugh, or the laugh that is a wild, an animal, or the trill that is like a run on the musical scale. Laughter is a hidden side of women's sexuality. It is physical, elemental, passionate, vitalizing, and therefore arousing. It is a kind of sexuality that does not have a goal, as does genital arousal. It is a sexuality of joy, just for the moment. A true sensual love that flies free and lives and dies and lives again on its own energy. It is sacred because it is so healing. It is sensual, for it awakens the body and the emotions. It is sexual because it is exciting and causes waves of pleasure. It is not one-dimensional, for laughter is something one shares with oneself as well as with many others, and it is a woman's wildest sexuality. I mean, how funny is it that that's what I opened to? That's fucking funny, right? Because this is a real laugh. It's like, I want this to be profound and I want this to be magical. And it's a story about coyote dick. I mean, you cannot... That is beautiful. And yet it does tie in because, y'all, I am on a vision of embodiment. I am on a mission and a vision of sensuality and eroticism. And speaking of that, I'm going to link to Audre Lorde talking about the erotic as power down below. That has been a video that my friend Hannah shared with me that is incredible. I highly recommend listening to that. So, women who run with the wolves, powerful myths to help integrate and relate truths and experiences going on in your life. Also to make you fucking laugh, which honestly, that is definitely the most ridiculous myth I've read in that. So I love that that's what we shared with each other. I just wanted to come back to you as I'm here getting ready to pack up Tortigra and let you know what was up. I think I'm coming back, y'all. No pressure on it, but I might come back to YouTube and social media for a bit because I think it's time to share again. One of the beautiful, meaningful acts of ritual that I'm going to do for my goodbyes with Tortigue is I'm going to take all the art that I have in here from friends and from travels and from adventure, and I'm going to make a collage dedicated to Tortigue. So I'm going to collage all of this in some kind of giant frame. Some of it's a little three-dimensional, but I'll figure out a way to make it work. All right, y'all. I think I will end this video with just want to show you my little ensemble. I think I will end this video with opening to a poem of mine, perhaps, that wants to be shared that's in here. Oh, these are great. I think you'll like these. So here we go. This is from April 11th, 2023, 5:50 a.m. in bed, Chattanooga, Tennessee. The crumbling. Trying to hang on when lightness demands letting go. Show me what's inside the darkness I cover myself with to uncover a deep light within. Thin places feel heavy sometimes. How can I enter the endlessness of alone when I am drowning in people I love dearly? Clearly, life becomes a muddled mess. I try my best, but I'm terrified I'm just like all the rest, who, when put to the test, choose comfort and life less. Is it true I need less for more? Understanding? Standing under a tower of love, I am humbled. As I bow, it crumbles. And I leave you with this last poem. I feel different. It's hard to explain. I've woken up. I'm still playing the game. Everything and nothing is different and the same. Every calm, eerie calm, eye of the storm, shivering cold, hunkered warm. Details flee, floating free. Surprisingly, the unmooring of me is an absolutely ordinary thing. And that one I call Hexagram 32, or Ancestral Reverence. And that was inspired by that reading in Gene Keys, for those of you who have read it. There's quite a bit of tarot and oracle card and I Ching love threaded into those poems, or inspiration, love and inspiration. Anyway, I gotta go, so it's been good being with you, and I guess I'll talk to you soon. I hope that in the meantime you're finding some sensual, sexual, wildish laughter, things to feel that evoke the naturalness of laughter that is real. Mwah.